text you, but somebody didn't want to let me leave type shit. So.
Ooh.
Huh?
Ooh. Your wife? Oh.
Wait.
What? I just no.
Okay.
Oh, I need to start making sure of that. Y'all be easy because I'll be taking these scenarios and talking about them.
You are live on your broadcasting networks.
Oh, I forgot my notes.
Hey, come here.
You gonna get put out?
Like right now. You might not need them lights, Cam.
Might not need what lights.
You've lightened up, man.
Shit. They don't call me black. Can somebody say something for me?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
I can't hear nothing. Oh, there we go. Yep, we good. Wait, no, you.
Hey, y'all, Facebook.
You are now listening to The Block with your host, Stefani Love, and yours truly, Blacc, on BillACoolaRadio.com. Let's go.
Blah, blah. Everything is everything for cheesy. Blah, blah. You probably done it all, homie, believe me. Blah, blah. We made the impossible look easy, but cheesy. I'll never leave my block. My niggas need me.
Good morning. Happy New Year's. This is our first Saturday, episode 18 of 2018. You are now tuned into The Block with your girl, Stefani Love, and I have my one and only host with me, Blizzity Blacc. What's up, Blacc?
What's happening with it?
It is nice to have a black man in the building today.
A beautiful chocolate man.
A beautiful chocolate man. All right, so how has your New Year's been? Have you been off to a great start?
Positive vibes only.
Okay, and I know that you said you were going to stop smoking.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Okay,
nope.
all right.
Nope. I told you I really
All right,
didn't have
on
one.
day
I just said
then,
one.
He's already reneged. So, guys, listen. Today we have.
I midnight.
All right, guys. Today we have some good stuff for you, but I want to let you know a couple of things. You can follow us on Facebook at The Block Radio. You can also find us on YouTube at Koola Media. Also, you can find us on Twitch, Twitter, all of that, guys. We stream live everywhere. So share this live video. Stay tuned. Hang out with us today. We're going to get into some deep, hot, juicy discussions. We have another good, raunchy love and sex this week. A lot of y'all loved it last week, so we hope to get the same outtake for this week. Guys, remember, we go live every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have a couple of videos to show y'all today. We also have some commercials that I want you guys to pay attention to. So just take a ride with us today. Let's enjoy this beautiful Saturday. It's going to be nice. It's going to be pretty today. And what better way to start your morning off with listening to The Block.
The Block.
So again, Happy New Year's, guys. And we're going to go ahead and get started in our first discussion. A lot of you may have heard of the Instagram model by the name of Brooke Craig, who fatally shot a 7-year-old little boy in Greenville, Texas, after having an argument with her boyfriend, Cameron Castillo. The two have always, from what I see and from my trolling on social media, these two have had a nasty relationship. This circle of friends and just family is so confusing, it's ridiculous. However, there was an argument that took place and at the 4200 block on Pickett Street in Greenville, Texas, and the couple began to argue. The pregnant lady was so heated that she tried to shoot at the guy, Cameron Castillo. She happened to shoot the little 7-year-old boy, who is the son of Cameron Castillo. This is not her son. This is only Cameron Castillo's son.
How you spell his last name?
Castillo.
Okay, in Spanish it's yo instead of lo. So it's
Castillo.
Castillo.
Oh.
Castillo.
Yo.
You don't speak Spanish?
No habla español.
See, no, because you pronounce the H in habla. Go ahead. I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
This is not Spanish class. Okay.
Gracias.
So let me continue to go on. So what was so detrimental in this scenario was the 7-year-old little boy was dropped off by a witness at the hospital. Cameron Castillo and Brooke Craig took off. They ran. They were caught the next morning at 3 a.m. in the morning. And Brooke Craig has been charged with capital murder. And Cameron Castillo has only so far been charged with violation of probation. So that's a little bit of the details. You guys may have seen this story go on throughout social media. But what we wanted to focus on this week is, and let me just bring you up to date, that there is another lady by the name of Patricia Sullivan who is also, the police are looking for her. She is connected to this some type of way. They're not saying right now how she's connected, but she's connected, and the police are looking for her in this case as well. So we're going to follow this throughout the weeks and see how this turns out. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start off in this discussion of what should the punishment be that she faces. A lot of people have said that this may have possibly been an accident, that she didn't intentionally mean to kill the little boy. So should she really be charged with capital murder?
I think it's a toss-up, but for the most part, I think they're just charging her with capital murder because that's, the best they could do right now, but it can always be downgraded to manslaughter or, you know what I'm saying, like, what's it called, negligent manslaughter or some shit like that versus her actually getting convicted for capital murder.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm putting myself in the mother of this child. I'm putting myself in her position, and I would want to see this young lady face the full extent of the law, meaning if capital murder is what she faces, hey, I'm all for that. I think that she definitely deserves to. But you gotta get the details. No, they put that kid in harm's way. There's no reason why a gun should even have been pulled out with kids being in the vicinity of this altercation. The father should also be held to the full extent of the law.
But we wasn't there though. Like, we don't know if he was okay. I'm just going now.
Yeah,
like we don't know if they were having an argument and he was beating on her, and then next thing you know, she was like, "I'm tired of it. I'm pregnant. You're not about to kill me and my baby. I'll kill you first." She pulled out the gun. She shot at him. She never been to the shooting range, so she missed, and she killed the 7-year-old. I'm just saying, I don't think she was intentionally trying to kill the 7-year-old.
We know that she wasn't intentionally, but still,
she missed because he wasn't injured.
There's kids in the area, and we have to be smarter. First off, there should not have been any fighting or any type of altercation with the kids present. So the fact that you disregarded that those kids were present and you put them in harm's way, both of you should face the full extent of the law. If capital murder is what it is, then hey, capital murder.
Some people can't control their anger. Maybe she went insane for a minute. Because she was so mad and she's pregnant, and you know how you women are when y'all pregnant. Any little thing.
I ain't shooting nobody when I'm pregnant. I'm not thinking about pulling. Nobody makes me that mad, even when I'm pregnant or not pregnant, going through or whatnot. The last thing I would think of is pulling out a gun unless it's for self-defense. And unfortunately, we're not hearing that part of the story. So I'm going by based on the details that I have.
It could have definitely been self-defense. Now, I'm not defending her. Like you said, if I was the mother of the child, or the father of the child, or, you know what I'm saying, like, one, you kill my son, I don't care what the law say. I'm not trying to let you make it. Like,
right. And then the fact that what makes me more angry is that you guys took off. You left Cameron Castillo. You left your son, your dying son. You allowed someone else to run to his aid and take him to the hospital, and yet you go run off with the girl who
just shot your kid,
who was trying to kill you. Like,
yeah, that's just
when
that's confusing.
Yeah, that's very confusing.
Because I get it. It's his baby mama, but that was also his son. So, like, why would you leave your son? Like, I don't care. You my baby mama. You can move around. You can go on. But my son, like, I'm going to be here for him because you're not in any immediate danger. You're not in danger of losing your life at this moment. But my son is. So if that's a variable we have to face, then I'm going to sit there and be at his side the whole time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just drop my kid off and dip out with you. One, you just shot him. Two, you were trying to shoot me. Three, I might not be able to see him or speak to him again. So I'm not leaving him there. Like, no, you can go. Yeah. You got a car. You got whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
And from the details that I heard yesterday, they're saying that Cameron Castillo is saying the only reason why he left his son is he was afraid to go to the hospital because he had a warrant out for his arrest. Nothing at the end of the day would stop me from being by my son's side.
What? Yeah. I mean, I feel you. Nothing would. I can kind of see why you wouldn't want to go, because you'll have a probation violation, which I'm assuming his probation violation would be having a firearm around. That's just what I'm assuming. I don't know, but that would kind of scare you, depending on, you know, how many years you got to sit in jail. But, like, to me, I don't care. There's nothing greater than the life of my child. So I'm not. If I got to go do a 10-year bid because I'm going to be right there by my son's side, then so be it, son. Just know that when you were on your deathbed or damn near on your deathbed, depending on how the outcome turned out, Daddy was there. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, Dad's not going to just leave you. I would never do that to my daughter, ever.
Never. I couldn't do it. And like I said, we'll keep our eye out on this. Soon we're going to do an update show where we update you on topics, and this might be one of the ones that we bring an update to, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more details that come out. So rest in peace to the little boy who's 7 years old who lost his life in this terrible tragedy. Prayers are going up for the family who is facing this and having to deal with the aftermath. From what I do hear is that the family is having a really hard time getting money to bury this little boy. So there is a GoFundMe page that is out. You can search for it and be able to donate if you can. Share some positive vibes with this family, and if you can, donate.
And so with that being said, here's a little PSA that's a little off topic. Parents,
always off topic.
Shut up. Parents, new parents, expecting parents, make sure y'all get life insurance on y'all children.
Yes.
It's not that expensive. Gerber will send you some shit before you can get home from the hospital. Fill it out, get them life insurance so you won't have to get a GoFundMe page, because even though it's your child, you never know. You never know when that child could go and the policy grows. So just make sure you get life insurance. That's just a PSA from me, from the parent, right. Black, not from the show Black, from the parent Black.
That was good. When you say get off topic, I be a little worried, but that right there, yeah, you did it.
You always worried.
Must be the Villa Koola shirt you got on.
Oh, man.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our first commercial, guys. Stay tuned. Thank you to all of our Facebook listeners. We forgot to shout y'all out when we started the show, but we see y'all commenting. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you to Kristen Durham and Joey Broski, Kobe Savage. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all on the internet radio side on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
YouTubers.
The YouTubers. Thank you to the people that's tuned in Keys to the Street. Thank you to everybody. But stay tuned. We'll be right back and check this commercial out. It's some good information.
And we'll see you with your girl Stefani Love on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
Hey everyone, I've got a fashion insider for all my ladies who know the importance of accessorizing their attire. And even for my fellas out there balling on a budget but still want their woman looking lovely. Let's be real, even the costume gotta be cute and on point, right? Well, Paparazzi Accessories got you covered. With an assortment of durable, nickel and lead-free, aesthetically appealing to the eye, rings, necklaces, bracelets, and more. So go show Miss Lisa Turner some love and support. Check her out on Facebook at LTurner88, on Instagram at Lisa Turner, or hit up her website at paparazziaccessories.com.
What up, riders? This is your main man's Cal Be Easy.
And your boy, Big Marcus.
Man, we are hosts of the hottest, dopest sports show in the world. The real game, the game inside of the game.
Man, you can check us out live every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
And you can also download our podcast 24/8 on VillaCoolaRadio.com and Google Play.
Man, we out this bitch.
Man, it's love some.
Hey, what's good, yo? It's your man, Cam King. Hey, be sure you tune in and vibe out to the sexiest hour on internet radio. That's the Fabric Extent, which airs every day from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, around baby making hour from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, and then you know what? Right after that, you can turn up with your man, since I host the hippest playlist on the planet. That's the Hip Hop Timeline, every day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All exclusively on the VillaCoolaRadio.com. For fans of music, let's go.
Fun of me. Y'all not about to make fun. I know we are, but y'all not about to make fun of me.
All right, guys, we're back. Blacc.
What?
Thank you for being so professional this morning. But I'm sure it'll get raunchy as the beers come. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this next one. A lot of you may have heard, but of course we always give you the exclusive on the block. So there was a Plano West student, senior high school student, who died early Christmas Day after police say he got into a fight while trying to sell marijuana in Irving. Irving police say that Brett Atkins, who is the person who got killed, is the son of a local car dealership owner. He drove to Red River Trail Drive to serve two guys some marijuana, and there was an altercation that broke out. The two got into a fight, and Brett suffered and died from a gunshot wound to the chest. Brett was only 17 years old. We were updated via Channel 5 News yesterday that they have arrested one suspect in this crime, and he goes by the name of DeMarcus Antoine Williams. He is 18 years old. He is one of the persons who was involved in killing Brett Atkins, and he has now been charged with capital murder. Guys, this was, like I said, the son of a car dealership owner. He actually owns Toyota, Nissan, Nissan of McKinney, and it was one other one that he owns. So really, this boy didn't, I'm not understanding. My first question was, why is he involved in his life when it seems like he probably comes from a wealthy family?
Probably.
He does.
Probably.
He does.
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
So, so when I think about things like this, I'm like, are there signs that we could have seen that you are supposed to be looking for and be vigilant for when your children are getting involved in these street life activities that could possibly end them either in jail or dead? And so we're going to discuss right now, what are some ways that we as parents can stop our children from getting swindled into the street life? Blacc, you got any input as a father?
I wouldn't say it would be so much as them getting swindled into the street life. It's a few things. It's the music they listen to that makes them feel like that life is the life to live. It's the people they hang around, and it depends on how mentally strong the person is or the child is. Now we know good and well that he didn't have to push dope. And from the looks of the things, like, it was two people. I mean, and I've never sold drugs before, but just thinking about it, like, if you're going to drive from Plano to Irving to give somebody some weed, it got to be at least a little bit of weight. Like, I'm talking about, it has to be over an ounce for you to even want to move like that. It has to be over an ounce.
But why did he even, it doesn't even matter how much or whatnot, but why did he even, this is a high school student.
Okay.
What are we missing that our children are getting involved in the street life? Like, we had the young 15-year-old little boy who killed the store clerk. We start seeing, like, everything that we're seeing nowadays is starting to take place with kids who are...
That was a different situation with the store clerk. He was... No, but really, his mom was on drugs and shit like that, if I recall correctly.
He had a reason.
And like, he didn't have money. Now, this little boy, rest in peace, he had money. His parents got money. His family got money. He didn't have to do that. I feel like he did it for street cred. Or just for a little side hustle instead of getting a job.
My question, though.
I don't know. I do not know.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Parents, I'm sure that there's something that could have alerted that their son was doing something.
Like what? Give me an example.
I'm sure you got to look at the type of friends that he's hanging around with. You need to look at his activity. Where is he getting this money from? Of course, he is selling drugs. Okay, but he had to initially get this money. He's probably being supplied with the money, not intentionally, from his parents because he comes from a wealthy family. So I'm sorry. I just think that this could have been avoided. I'm very involved in my children's life. I'm looking through my daughter's phone. I'm going through text messages. I'm looking at phone calls that she's receiving. If I see anything out of character with my child, I'm going to call her out on it. I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to find out what is going on.
How old is your daughter?
It doesn't matter how old.
She's not, but this is the thing.
So my daughter's going to grow older, and I'm probably going to face a scenario when she gets older, like if she ever gets involved in...
When she's 16, you're going to be going through her phone?
Oh, yeah, I am.
You're going to be seeing all kind of little boys, PPs.
No, I'm not.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just the type of things that teenagers do. And once you become a teenager, you start to want your privacy.
Drugs?
You want your privacy is what I'm saying.
You ain't got no privacy.
Well, I understand that, but you and me were raised differently than he was.
Well,
it's like, Dad, stay out of my room.
Okay,
versus
but
stay out of my room.
If you would have took the necessary steps to be involved and know what your child is doing. No, I'm not saying that you'll be able to track everything that they're doing, but I guarantee you there were some signs that the parents missed that they could have known that their son was involved in the drug life. He probably was failing in school. He probably was skipping school. Come on. I'm sure that there's other things that have happened that led up to this boy selling drugs. No telling how long, that the parents could have seen some issues.
Look, he didn't have a job. That was his job. He went and started pushing weight with his allowance.
And he probably got more money, right?
Yeah.
So where are you getting all of this money from?
Who says they knew that he had the money?
Okay.
Like, he might go out and buy some shit with it and you never even see it or never even notice it because you get him anything he wants anyway. So you might not remember buying them pair of Jordans that cost $200-something, but you probably bought them. Like, you don't know. You got money. You busy with your car dealership. I don't know if he's married, if the dad is married or not, but, like, if he's he's the president of one of those, owner of the other one. It sounds like he has a busy plate. I mean, a lot on his plate, and he's a busy man. So, I mean, he can't just put his son under a microscope at all times. It's sad, but is no way that you can really stop them from doing what they want to do. You want to stop your kid from having sex at an early age doesn't mean that they're not going to have sex at an early age. That just means that they'll find a way to do it without you knowing about it.
Okay, well, to me, being busy with work life is not an excuse to not be involved in your child's life. I would never put anything before my children. Sorry, period, point blank.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was influenced by music.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was. But at the end of the day, he has parents that probably, I'm sure that they're even blaming themselves and trying to see what they missed. And they probably are seeing that they missed things that if they would have probably been more involved and not so busy with work, they could have.
I feel like at the end of the day, you can't really blame the parents.
I'm not blaming the parents for his death.
Like it.
No, I'm not blaming the parents. What I'm asking is, what are ways that we as parents, are there signs and behavior patterns that we can look for in our children to know if they're involved in something that they're not supposed to be involved in? I'm not blaming the parents. Let's get that right. I'm not blaming the parents for the death of their son. The person that's to be the blame is their son and the person that shot him. What I'm saying as parents, those are our children, and we are to protect them, and we are to know what our children are doing. No, we can't know everything, but I'm sure that there was something missed that the parents could have been vigilant on and saw and put a stop to. That's all I'm saying.
And I disagree with that, because I feel like it could be a subtle change that you really didn't even notice. I mean,
my point exactly, that you didn't notice. So what had your mind so occupied that you didn't notice what your children were doing? I noticed when my daughter doesn't even take her medicine. And she's responsible enough to take her medicine. I know when my daughter, because of her behavior patterns, if she got in trouble at school, but she's not telling me. But I know, because I know how she's moving around the house. So there's things that I'm vigilant of.
I mean, and
that's
also,
because I'm involved.
But there's also kids that can act very well. Like myself, when I got in trouble in school, you weren't going to know until they called you and told you. I was going to be the same me day in and day out until they called from the principal's office saying, hey, he got in trouble today. Like, that's just it. I mean, not every child is the same. And so I feel like it's really hard, and I don't feel like there's a set pattern or a set amount of signs to look for, a certain set of signs to look for to know if your child is involved in something like this. I just don't know the answer to that one.
Okay, well, we'll see. Thank you guys for chiming in on this topic. Y'all had some very good comments. I think that we can all learn from this scenario, and maybe moving forward, just be more involved, be more vigilant, try to talk to your children. Like Koya Tree said, it might have been a cry for help. And if the parents weren't involved and they weren't paying attention to their child, maybe he went to this lifestyle to maybe get the attention of his parents. And unfortunately, the attention that he's getting is them having to bury their dead son. Period.
It's very unfortunate.
So very unfortunate. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get into some fly shit.
It's the block, and this is that fly shit.
All right, ladies, today I have some fly shit for you. Every week, for those who are new to the show, we do a fly shit segment in the show every week to tell women and men how to just be that fly guy, that fly girl, mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that. And we try to help you in boosting up your self-esteem, boosting up your love life, all that. So this week's fly shit is don't be scared. And you ask me, well, what am I not to be scared of? Well, a lot of times women face the issue if they should approach a guy. It has always been said that women aren't really supposed to approach guys because it's just not the woman thing to do. If a guy isn't trying to approach you, don't go and approach them. I think that that's bullshit. I think that if you see something you want, you go after it. And so I'm going to give you 6 ways to approach a guy. And the source that this came from was Noor.com. And it's 6 ways to approach a guy. So, number 1 is you're going to compliment him. Don't just admire him from afar. Tell him how fly he is. Tell him he has a gorgeous smile. Tell him he smells good. Most of all, be genuine. If he finds you equally attractive, he will respond with a few compliments of his own. Number 2, ask for the time or directions. Men love to feel needed or helpful. So find a reason to need his assistance on something or just anything. If he goes out his way to assist you, thank him and offer to buy him a drink and or coffee as a way to show appreciation. Number 3, ask him about the game. You may possibly be in a sports bar watching a game or whatnot. Men love sports. Men love to talk about sports. That's a good way to start a conversation. So, assuming that you're at a sports bar where the game is on and he is actually into it, don't ask something obvious like the score. Ask him something that will really get him talking, like explaining the ruling on the field, and listen to his answers. And also, girls or women, appear interested so that he will be interested in you. A guy loves a woman who loves sports. What y'all over there giving icon? Okay. A guy loves a woman who loves sports. I always have very good engaging conversations when I'm talking to my guy about sports because it's something that he's interested in. It's something he wants to talk about. And then you have dialogue going on. You agree? So I almost said... Okay. Number 4, he always hating on my fly shit. Nah. All right, number 4, you're gonna send him a drink. I said that. And number 2, that's a way that you can show appreciation. But if you're interested in a guy that you see across the club or standing at the bar and you're trying to figure a way that you want him to know that you notice him, buy that dude a drink. Send him a drink from across the club and let the bartender know that you want him to know that you sent him that drink. That is a bold way to approach a guy. I think that is a very attractive way. I know me, if I was to receive a drink from a guy and he's handsome and he looks good, I'm gonna 9 times out of 10 let him come and shoot his shot at me. So it's vice versa with women. I think that you guys should take the approach of buying a man a drink. Damn, I only got 1 minute. All right. Oh shit, I lost all my notes. I lost my number 5 and number 6. So can you give me a number 5 of what a woman can do? If a woman was to approach you, what is something that she can do that you would be interested in her approaching you?
Say hi. I mean,
okay, so just coming up saying
it's not
hi.
that hard.
Just open up your mouth, ladies. The man won't know that you're interested in him.
But what you don't do
here you go.
is throw yourself. You don't throw yourself. Don't
be thirsty.
But yeah, please don't be thirsty.
Don't be thirsty.
I'll be the first one to order you a glass of water on the rocks. Like, don't be thirsty. But you can approach, like, if you approach, you come up like, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. I mean, it ain't nothing hard.
Nothing.
It's just be fly with it, I guess.
Yeah, just be fly, be confident. And when you're gonna approach that guy, just be confident. If you're gonna go up to him, don't expect rejection. Expect to conquer that you're going to get this guy and get his number and be able to get to know him. Be confident, be bold, and be brave. And go out and approach those guys. Especially a guy that you see that is carrying himself really well, that is dressed to impress. That's your fly shit. So ladies, go out. Don't be afraid to approach that guy that you see tonight. I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your input. Let me know how it goes for you. And that was your fly shit.
It's the block, and this is that fly shit.
We just some young fly niggas.
All right, guys. So we have a music video coming up with, is this Maserati Scotty? Maserati Scotty. He has a video out called Patience, and we're going to get ready to show that. Guys, remember, we show music videos. So if you know any artists out there that want to get their video out and get some people to know that they have this amazing work out, tell them to hit the block up and get their video on the block. There is a small fee of $25. Hey, you can't beat that. Go ahead, hit us up. We'll put your video on the show. We may even have you come out and do an interview. But check this video out by Maserati Scotty called Patience, and we'll be right back.
You already know you listening to The Block with your boy Black on VillaCoolerRadio.com.
Thinking the old times, running behind Ryan, Tori behind me. Now we only talk once every 2 weeks. If this a grown up, I don't wanna be it. Can't look at me in the grave, I don't wanna see it. I was just talking to him, me and Cam took him chicken. The hood feels strange, man, the block look different. My brother need a kidney and my sister need a liver.
Sorry for the
Stefani
technical.
Love.
and the Stefani Love. I forgot you were sitting there. No, just playing. But sorry for the technical difficulties. Y'all will definitely see that video again. Y'all just make sure y'all stay tuned. You'll see it. You'll see it. Up next, though, should your friends respect your partners? Your partner, not partners. Like, should they be conscious of the things they do or say for the fact that you're in a relationship? What do you do when your friend makes a comment that you feel like is offensive to your partner? If you were to say nothing to your friends, how do you make your partner happy with the situation? So let's go with the first question I asked. Like, what do you do if your friend makes a comment or does something that offends your partner?
This is a touchy situation. Like we discussed during the production meeting, I guess it depends on the comment or if the person is doing it like intentionally or unintentionally. You know, you just have some of those friends that just say any and everything off the wall, but they're not intentionally trying to, you know, throw you under the bus or embarrass you in front of your partner or even get you in trouble to where you have to go and argue and fight with your spouse or your partner that whole night or evening. As a woman, if I was put in that situation, my partner's friends made comments like that, it would have to be a judgment call. Now, if he's doing it and I feel like it's intentional and it's embarrassing and it's demeaning to my character or even causing conflict, I don't know if I necessarily would expect for my partner to go to his friends and reprimand them because I don't want to start confusion. And I've seen to where a lot of the times it's not intentionally. It's just the way the guys talk. It's just maybe that person. That's how that person is, but he doesn't mean any harm behind it. So, I mean, as long as it's not just blatantly disrespectful and you're just disrespecting the fact that I am his girl, I'll let it blow over. But now if it becomes too much and you just have no regards for me and you're embarrassing me and you're causing conflict, then I might have to go to my partner and be like, hey, you guys say something or you're going to have a problem with me.
Okay. I don't know.
The guys say they don't tell their friends stuff. So.
Look, it depends on what it is. Like, what you're not going to do. Partner or not, depending on, like, you're not going to call my lady a bitch. Like, you're not going to be like, bitch, shut up, or bitch this, because you would get checked immediately. Like, hey, you got to chill out with that B word. I don't care how long we've been friends. I don't care how much you use that B word. Like, you're not about to be calling my lady a bitch. That's what you're not going to do. That stops immediately. I'm one of those people who, like, if I feel like my significant other is being disrespected, I will let you know right then and there. Now, if it's on some subtle shit where you're not trying to disrespect her, yeah, I might let that pass unless she feels disrespected. Then I'll let her know, like, hey, homeboy wasn't trying to do that. He wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He just said what he said, and that's just what it was. But blatant disrespect, like some shit that you know you shouldn't do, or even if, like I said, if you say bitch all the time and you call my lady a bitch, like, hey, I understand that you say this shit all the time, but you're gonna have to correct that shit coming this way, because I'll fight over mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Homeboy or not, I mean, we could be cool afterwards, I guess, but like, you can't just disrespect mine in front of me. I respect you, I respect your lady, or, you know what I'm saying, if you're a female, I respect your dude, you know what I'm saying, but like, don't disrespect me and mine, because I don't let that shit fly.
I mean, I agree, but I totally agree. But okay, so when we were discussing this, Someone said that no, they wouldn't say anything to their friend. Now, if it got out of hand and it was just over and over and over again, and then he would call him out. But if it's just every now and then and he feels like it's not intentional, he wouldn't go to his friend and say, hey, you got to stop commenting or saying that. Okay, so in that fact, if you are to say nothing to your friend, how do you make your partner happy? How do you make your girl happy? How do you keep her happy?
You talk to her.
Okay.
You talk to her. You got to have a conversation with her. If you don't say anything to your friends. But, I mean, in the sense that he was talking, it was because of something you said or how you said it. It was like, I really don't even remember, hey, dude, you're going to get me in trouble or some shit. I think I might have said you're going to get me in trouble. But, like whatever you said, he did not agree with.
I said that. I did say that maybe if you're going home and you're having a fight with your spouse over and over and over about this situation, and you're tired of arguing with your spouse about it, and you want to keep your home happy, maybe you do have to go to your friend and say something.
Well, I mean, it depends on what the situation is. Like, if I feel like if you're my spouse and my significant other, and I feel like you just being overly dramatic, it's just like, bro, chill. Like,
I always think we're overly dramatic.
Not always.
The mic ain't close. Somebody got something to sight.
Man,
somebody got something to sight.
But yeah, like he say, don't tell your friends. I'm gonna let him get plugged in so he can chime in.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they shouldn't say something. I think that men need to start. Your spouse is the one who's there for you through thick and thin. Your spouse is the one who's there for you. Y'all are paying bills together. Y'all are forming a family. Y'all have I think your relationship is a lot deeper than your friendship, and you should, a happy wife, happy girl, happy life. And hey, who would want to go home and argue with your partner about something your friend said when you could have just nipped it in the bud and say, hey, dude, chill out with the comments, when my girl is around or whatever. What's so bad about that?
You cannot go, and this is a big Marcus.
From the real game.
From the real game. You cannot go to your friend, and that's just a sign. That's a sign of weakness.
Oh, hell.
You can't go to your friend and say, hey, buddy, stop going in on me like that,
but why can't
buddy.
You go to him?
Why?
Why can't you go to him?
My girl should understand that we all joke, we're men, and it can get out of hand a little bit. I can't control what he says. But I'm not going to him and say, buddy, calm it down a little bit, man. Bring it down.
Of weakness.
All right, but wait, watch this. I'm going to throw you a curveball. What if y'all chilling and then he brings up something from your past?
Yeah.
That maybe you didn't say anything about, or, it's just a topic that you don't necessarily want to talk about. You going to let him talk about it?
Oh, we in that moment and he starts talking? I'm going to try to cut him off in a good way. Hey, man, leave that in the past. Leave that in the past. But if I can't, then I'm going to have to, explain it to my girl later on. You know what I'm saying?
So, basically, what you're saying is bros before your girl.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
It's bros before hoes. I'm not saying, like, bros before hoes always. So if it's a
hoes, right?
Like,
not
hoes.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. Like, literally hoes.
Get cut.
Nah, I'm not trying to get cut. Nah, but it's bros before hoes always.
Well, I mean, and I think it just goes based on what your girl prefers or what your girl requires of you. I'm not the chick where a comment is not gonna make or break me. Now, I'm the type of chick where if I feel disrespected, baby, I'm gonna call you out myself. I'm not gonna leave it up to my man.
Hold on.
Oh shit, we gonna argue.
Hold on, we ain't finna argue, but you can't go to my homeboy.
Well, I can't. Okay, so let's say if the
that's out of line.
Shit.
That's out of line.
But if you want to eliminate that, why not just... I'm not telling you to tell him y'all can't talk about it ever. Just if there's a form of the way that I can hear or I'm around, then maybe just what would it hurt for you not to even just talk about that stuff right there, right then?
the issue is between me and you. You have an issue of what he did. You know what I'm saying? And it's my job to, come back and smooth out the issue with you.
But you ain't smoothing it out because you ain't gonna say nothing because it make you look weak. So
Well,
you ain't smoothing nothing out.
well,
You're
Big
basically
Marcus.
putting your niggas over your girl.
No,
But then you gotta go home. To me, you fuck your girl. Your girl prepares meals for you. Your girl makes sure you got nice clothes and clean clothes, and she cleans up after your ass. But then you don't want to tell your homeboys to pipe down on.
Do you know it's a difference between something that I said or something that I do that disrespects you, and then something that somebody else does? You know what I'm saying? That was unintentional. You got to realize it's unintentional. You know what I'm saying? And I can't control what that person says or does.
It's a judgment call, like I said in the beginning.
Well, maybe you should take.
Thank you. Real Game, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
All right.
Villa Koola Radio.
Yeah. Beyond that, my boy Brooklyn said, "Tell him stop picking on my pumpkin angel, sweetie." Hell no, Brooklyn, shut up. Like, I'm not doing that. But like I said, if it's blatant disrespect and it's on purpose, you're gonna get checked at the door.
Yeah.
You getting checked right out the
Okay,
gate.
so we got that clear.
But
If it's intentional disrespect,
Oh,
you need to speak up.
If it's intentional, you definitely have to say,
But if it's
homeboy, slow down on that.
Like,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
just how that person is.
Yeah, you got people just,
Now when you got I got a real good friend that's like that. He's not. I wouldn't call him disrespectful, but he's so fucking playful that it's like, bro, that's too far. That's too. Why would you do that? That's too far. So I get it, but like, it's just like, oh, that's him. Like this nigga here. I don't shoot shots with him because he's gonna go too far. Like all the time. But that's my boy though.
Yeah. Hey, well, there you have it, girls. I don't know. It's your judgment call. But for what I'm hearing, these niggas ain't finna go to their boy and tell their boy that they to pipe down. They're not gonna tell their boy to stop putting the stripper's picture above their head.
Shots fired.
They're not gonna tell them to stop. It's gonna keep going. So you just gotta, shoot fire with fire. Hell, women have conversations too. So
let's go to this commercial.
Let's go to this commercial.
Yeah. You already know you listening to The Block with your boy Black on VillaCoolRadio.com.
Hey everyone, I've got a fashion insider for all my ladies who know the importance of accessorizing their attire. And even for my fellas out there balling on a budget but still want their woman looking lovely. Let's be real, even the costume gotta be cute and on point, right? Well, Paparazzi Accessories got you covered. With an assortment of durable, nickel and lead-free, aesthetically appealing to the eye, rings, necklaces, bracelets, and more. So go show Miss Lisa Turner some love and support. Check her out on Facebook at LTurner88, on Instagram at Lisa Turner, or hit up her website at paparazziaccessories.com.
What up, riders? This is your main man's Cal Be Easy.
And your boy Big Marcus.
Man, we are hosts of the hottest, dopest sports show in the world. The Real Game, the game inside of the game.
Man, you can check us out live every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on VillaCoolRadio.com.
And you can also download our podcast 24/8 on VillaCoolRadio.com and Google Play.
Man, we out this bitch.
Man, it's love some music.
Hey, what's good, Joe? It's your man, Cam King. Hey, be sure you tune in and vibe out to the sexiest hour on internet radio. That's the Fabric Extent, which airs every day from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, around baby making hour from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, and then you know what? Right after that, you can turn up with your man, since I host the hippest playlist on the planet. That's the Hip Hop Timeline, every day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All exclusively on the VillaCoolRadio.com. For fans of music, let's go.
BLOC'S.radio.com. Tell your friends.
Hey, wait a minute. What the hell?
You're choking me. I think I smoked. It's 2018. I thought you were stopped smoking. All right, guys, we're back. Welcome to The Block for those who were tuned in. Thank y'all for all those who are commenting on these topics. We definitely appreciate you guys. But we're going to go ahead and get into some legal marijuana talk. A lot of you have heard that January 1, California finally has legalized recreational pot. Yes. So now you can just walk around, you can smoke weed, you can live it up. As of January 1st, it's not illegal to smoke pot in California. California. So, with this opportunity, Mike Tyson, the heavyweight champ, has decided to purchase 40 acres of land because he wants to open up a cannabis ranch. Yes, a cannabis ranch. So he has purchased 40 acres. He actually did the groundbreaking this week. He's going to, basically he wants to cater to athletes and veterans. It is said that marijuana can help with veterans who are suffering, or even athletes who suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and all type of other things. So he's taking this opportunity to capitalize and sell marijuana on his 40 acres. I am like ecstatic. Like, I actually hit my home, which was trying to hit my homegirl up in Cali and saying, hey, you might want to look into going to get you a job on the 40 acres of marijuana. And at the same token, you'll be able to smoke it too. That's a good job right there. So, do y'all think that this will be a good business opportunity for him? Do you think he'll be successful? This is Mike Tyson. I'm not saying anything bad about him. Do you think that Mike Tyson will be successful in the marijuana business?
Absolutely. 40 acres.
40 acres.
And a weed plant?
Shit.
Or a whole bunch of them? Mike Tyson. Man, say, everybody going to be floating while they working while they floating. And it's going to be very lucrative because it's a lot of people who smoke. I've literally have seen from people who got to scrape up quarters to make $5 so they can get a nickel bag, all the way up to CEOs and presidents of companies that smoke weed like it's damn near an American tradition, dare I say. So he's going to make that money, and it's going to be people like to vacay in California anyway. Right. So when they go to California, they're going to make sure they stop by Mike Tyson's, because it's the famous Mike Tyson, former world heavyweight champ. Make sure they stop by his ranch, grab some of his weed. It's going to be hydroponically grown, and they going to have a good time. They got the perfect weather and all that good kind of shit for it. You ain't got to worry about it. It's a good business move on his behalf, seeing as though he blew through a whole lot of money in his career. Right. So he about to get some of that back. Now, how much he going to get, I don't know. But I feel like he's going to make some bread off of that. And especially if they do some shit like, just because a celebrity charge like an entry fee on top of selling the weed. Mm-hmm. So that, because it's like one of those things where you can say you've been there, take pictures holding a plant or some shit like that. Like, yeah, he going to make some money off of it. A lot of it. Yeah, he will. And James, to answer your question, to give you some insight on your comment, it actually is two other men who are involved in this business adventure with him. Andrew Golota, and it's one other one, they haven't said his name, but they actually are all going into business together. Now, this 40 acres will be 20 acres of this 40 acres will be allocated to the cultivation of marijuana by master growers, while the property will also feature facilities to help growers and those interested in becoming one. So he's providing the marijuana. He's providing opportunities for other people to come in and be successful in this business who are interested in being a master grower of marijuana. He's also going to have an edible factory, meaning you'll be able to buy things like brownies, candy, different type of things, and an amphitheater.
in areas for glamping. I'm not sure what glamping means.
I would have to Google it.
I would have to Google it too. But as far as it being legalized, I mean, what does this entail? Like, what can they do now that they couldn't do before? Do you know, Black?
They could smoke.
Like, they could smoke anywhere, but what about, like, purchasing it?
Do you still have to have the card and stuff like that? I don't feel like you would have to have the card or anything because it's not medical anymore. It's not medical use. It's recreational use. So, like, whoever wants to do it as a recreation. Now, they probably put an age limit on it. Like, hey, you got to be over 18 or over 21 to be able to buy the shit. But just like alcohol and cigarettes, if you really want it, you can get somebody to buy it for you. I don't know how they'll regulate that. But a good point, one of our listeners, Brianna, said, she was like, he's going to have to spend a grip for 24-hour security. And that's one point I didn't even think of. Right. Like, shit, you got 40 acres with 20 acres of weed on it. It might be somebody coming in there trying to get your shit, run up in your shit, and go sell it on the street type shit. But at the same time, I don't know why it wouldn't be like enclosure. You know what I'm saying? But right. I mean, just like they said with Trump trying to build that damn wall, like somebody will find a way to get around it. So yeah, I see the security being a thing that you have to factor in.
So of course we know that Texas is probably, I don't think Texas will ever become a legalized state. But what do you think the reasons are to why Texas hasn't become or will probably never become?
Because we're very conservative. We're very conservative. The thing is, in California, they're more liberal, but at the same time, they're looking at it as extra revenue. But Texas really doesn't care about weed's revenue because we have so much oil and so many drills in Texas. Like I was telling you, at one point when the country was in a recession, Texas wasn't because we had all the oil and we was making money off of that versus, California being in the recession. Their gas prices went up to almost $5 a gallon. Like ours got up to $4, but when ours was at $2, theirs was still at $4. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that it'll help their economy more than it'll benefit ours. But as far as Texas legalizing it, I feel like it'll happen one day. We'll probably be one of the last states, if not the last state.
If ever.
We can't be the only state to not legalize weed. Like, we can't be that. But
well, yeah, I'm sure we're not going to be the only one to not legalize it. But I don't know. I don't see it. But we'll stay tuned. We'll see. But go visit California, guys, in the next, probably this time next year. Maybe he'll have his 40 acres up and running. And that may be a good vacation spot to go and see this 40 acres of marijuana. That I think that would be a very interesting place to go visit, because I've never been to a state that has legalized marijuana, and that's something on my bucket list.
Well,
yeah.
Let's get into some love and sex.
Hey, for all the smokers.
Let's talk love and sex.
This week on Love and Sex, you have your boy Black. I know you're probably gonna be expecting some things and not expecting some things, but here we go.
Strap your boots.
What's our disclaimer?
We promote love, safe sex, and marriage.
All right.
And quickies.
And quickies. All right. So this week on Love and Sex, we're actually gonna talk about the love aspect of our topic or our segment. So, love and sex. When do you know that you're in love with someone? When do you know how do you know how to treat someone that you love? And I'm just gonna say, love should not be rushed. It's a feeling that you should feel when you feel it. Like there's no time limit on love. As far as when it starts. And you have to show love and do special things to show the person that you love them. Like buying flowers and stuff like that is all cool, but sometimes it's just spending time with that person, looking them deep in the eyes, telling them, hey, I love you. I mean, and it's not always about sex, even though I love sex. It's not always about sex. You when you're in love or you love someone, you have to display it. You have to show it. It could be as simple as going and fixing them breakfast, or throwing them some money not because they asked you. And I know that's materialistic, but rubbing their backs, rubbing their feet. You know what I'm saying? Like kissing them, not on the lips all the time, but like on the forehead. Just be like, I love you, girl. Walk into the kitchen and
it go down.
Wait a minute. See, this is supposed to be love, not just sex. But and then you go down. I mean, you show them. I mean, and then when you talk about the sex aspect of love, is not always just
the
banging
insertion.
it. You gotta take things slow and look into their eyes when you giving it to them, or when they taking it, or whatever the fuck. Like you look into their eyes, you want to watch their soul be like, I love you. You better turn on some lights and light a candle in this motherfucker. But love is always important. Love is just as important as sex, and sex is very important.
But love
when you love
makes
someone,
the sex better.
And it does. Love definitely makes the sex better because they get into it. Both parties usually get into it more because they feel as though the person that they're having intercourse with actually cares about them and is giving them their all, versus, oh, this person just want to do this and move around. So
I totally agree with you.
Wait a minute. Did the bottle is broke? Okay.
I definitely think that I agree with you on the love part. A lot of us can tend to get complacent. Oh shit! Right when I want to talk, get complacent and think that, okay, I've been with this person long enough. They know I love them. But sometimes it's good to just hear "I love you," and also put some action behind it. That's all I got to say.
Oh,
because he said wrap it up.
Oh, well,
wrap it up.
Make sure,
literally,
and make sure, even if you love the person and you don't want no kids, wrap it up. That's love and sex.
Let's talk love and sex.
So we're gonna go ahead and go into this video by Kobe Savage. The name of the song is Black History. Stay tuned, check us out. Let's go. You already know you listening to The Block with your boy Black on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
It's February, we post a love all our black folk. But yesterday I heard some young brothers got smoked. Murdered on Malcolm X next to the liquor store. That's black history for you. We hate our own selves. We hate our own skin color. Then what you call hell. This what you call self-destruction in its worst form. My sister mourning my nephew, they took her firstborn. That's why I'm ready for anybody. You black, orange, white, yellow, brown. We got text form. Trust nobody but your maker, that's my best advice. Twitter fingers will get you murdered, watch the things you type. This new world order got our daughters working for attention. Got our sons acting sweet, always with the women. The devil causing confusion, so we led astray. I pray for people bamboozled by all the games he played. The spirit, a Nat Turner burning in me. I'm learning loyalty's rare, so it's hard to trust many. If any, I pop the top off the Henny, put the kush inside the car, then blow it like a semi. Oh, you don't believe that God's with me because of the sins that I'm committing. This is sin, or this was written. If I ask, I'm forgiven. This is dinner in the kitchen. This is me against the world, bro. I'm built to go the distance, huh?
And when I say thug life, I mean that shit. Because these white folks see us as thugs. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if you think you a lawyer, if you a man, if you an African American, if you whatever the fuck you think you are. 3,000 niggas to these motherfuckers.
scandals and randoms, murder and mayhem. I'm buying guns in my ammo, I blow out your candles. Stand for something, at least die for what you stand for. Life's a gamble, roll a dice under the city lights. Cops killing us, it's feeling like civil rights. I'm down to fight, although I'm hoping for peace. It's more niggas than police, but you too concerned with your Facebook beef to see that together we stand, divided we fall. You not a gangster at all. I'm appalled by that message that you sending, killing God's children. I talk about it cause I live it, and I ain't talking past tense. La Familia is deeper than this rap shit. Penitentiary bastards. System took his father, sister like his daughter, cause his mama caught her trying to turn a nickel to a quarter, or dollar to five. Only the strong survive, the weak shall perish. Family God and time the only
BLOC'S. Tell your friends.
Yeah, so we're back. That was our own Kobe Savage. Again, the video was called Black History. Make sure y'all call in. Make sure y'all share the video. Appreciate you, Darren Sims, for sharing the video. Appreciate you for everybody who shared the video. Make sure if y'all know a local artist or an artist who wants their video played, tell them holler at us. They want to do, if you know any businesses that want to do a commercial, tell them holler at us. You can catch us on the block because we the block.
We the block.
You ready for this next one?
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
All right, so guys, Alicia Keys wants to be dismissed from a $16.5 million lawsuit that is involving her husband, Swiss Beats. All right, so Alicia wants no ties. She has been, Swiss Beats was sued last year. He is involved in a lawsuit that against Metro Gym Leasing, where he leases luxury cars in his name, and they are suing him because they're saying that he has not been paying on these cars. So they've taken out a lawsuit of $16.5 million against him, and so now they have involved Alicia Keys. So she is now being sued, but she is trying to motion to have her removed from the lawsuit, and Swiss Beats is also filed a motion to have the lawsuit just dismissed, period. I kind of felt some type of way. I love Alicia Keys, but I kind of have felt a type of way about Alicia because of the way that she got Swiss Beats. And so now that your husband is involved in a lawsuit, you don't want to have anything to do with it. Hey, I know y'all are going to probably jump on me because I think that as a wife, she should be involved. You're in a marriage, and that's just, man, I would feel some type of way as her husband if she wanted to be dismissed.
I wouldn't. I mean,
shoot me.
Well, bang bang. I don't have a problem with it at all. Like I do not have a problem with her trying to get herself off of that lawsuit because it makes her name look bad. And I know she's married to him, but like I've told you, they were two separate entities before they even got together. They had their own separate money before they got together, and that $16.5 million. Now, I know you're thinking on some, well, if it's his money, it's her money too. Not everybody operates like that. Not everybody has a joint account to where they're like, hey, yeah, this is our money. I mean, maybe that 16.5 was going toward the household. Like, golly, lights are getting bright. Well, maybe I'm getting dark. But maybe that 16.5 million was going toward the household. But like, that's coming out of his money. She still got money. And even if they do have a joint account, I'm sure they still have separate accounts. So why not? Why not get her name off of that? I don't see a problem with it at all.
I believe that they probably have sufficient evidence to be able to go after her too. And her ass probably was driving in the cars too, to where they had enough to where they could involve her in the lawsuit. And you don't want to have anything to do with, you say that this is not your problem. This is your problem, because if your husband has to pay this $16.5 million, you're going to be affected too.
Well, maybe not. One. Two, they have enough evidence to put her on a lawsuit because that's her husband. Like, you can get sued together no matter what. It's just how it is. I'm sorry, I was looking at the comments. My boy Brooklyn talking about what if Swiss's boy calls her Lisa Cheese. This nigga here, stop commenting.
No, don't stop.
You stop. Everybody else keep going, but you stop. But no, I'm really okay with it. I'm definitely okay with it.
I'm not. If my husband was being sued and they come and sue me, I'm gonna ride it out with him.
No, get your name off of that. Tell him, hey, you need to give them their damn cars back. Stop playing with our money, and let's go. Like, if he does have the motion to dismiss, so it might get dismissed. Might not. It might. I mean, it might be able to come to some type of settlement. We never know, because that's, you got to go to court for that, or if it's dismissed, I guess you don't have to go to court, but you got to go to court if they continue with the lawsuit. Maybe they come to a mutual agreement and Alicia Keys doesn't have to be in it. Because, like, who says that she drove the cars? Who says she even rode in the car?
You don't think she drove them cars?
Depends on what kind of car it is. Look, if Big Marcus got
a Range Rover, a Ferrari, she drove them cars.
You think, Big Marcus, if you got a Ferrari, bro, you gonna let Stephanie take it for a spin? Okay, I didn't think
about Stephanie and Marcus.
I'm just saying, bro, like, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, no, if I had a Lamborghini, like, you not driving? No.
What the?
No.
Shit.
No, thank you.
You ain't got to tell me I ain't driving it. I'm gonna drive it.
No, how? You got to get the key.
I just don't understand.
I'm just saying. Like,
well, in that case, I don't want to be involved in a $16.5 million suit. You need to, you face that. Yeah, if we thinking like that, then okay.
Blacc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask her what happened to the white Cadillac.
This is not about me.
What happened to the white Cadillac?
This is not okay. So with the white Cadillac, I was driving
The
the white Cadillac, and there happened to be an 18-wheeler in front of me. And as you guys know, sometimes you can't really see when you can't really see things that you might have missed. Anyways, there was an 18-wheeler in front of me, and I did not know that there was a big dead dog in the middle of the street. There was an 18-wheeler in front of me before I got to the dog. So, of course, the 18-wheeler can just go straight over the dog. By the time I got to the dog, I could not get over to the right nor the left because there was other cars in front of me. So the best thing I could do was run over the dog.
And you want me to let you drive my Ferrari?
But would you have wanted me to hit the car to the right of me or hit the car to the left of me?
I want you to hit shit. Do you know how much that
but
car
I
costs?
Didn't have any. I was driving.
That means you were going too fast. You were too close on 18-wheeler. Okay. Driving one-on-one.
Like we said, this shit wasn't about me.
I'm just saying.
But even then, I ain't getting sued. He ain't getting sued for not paying and shit. This don't have shit to do with me.
The dog should sue you for not being able to drive. Anyway, no, she shouldn't be getting sued. Like, I don't think she should be getting sued. I think she's doing the right thing by getting her name off of that shit or trying to. Wait, I think we got a caller. Hold on. Hello, caller? Yes. Can I speak to Miss Stefani Love, please?
I'm here.
Miss Stefani Love, how you doing?
I'm good.
Well, you didn't ask me how I'm doing, but I'm blessed and highly favored. Listen, that damn poor dog, you just ran over it, and you gonna tell me Alicia Keys should be on the lawsuit papers? You think that's correct, ma'am?
Well, okay, so let me pipe you down, sister.
Hold on.
Love. Since you want to call in, first off, Alicia Keys is married to Switch Beats.
And
What the fuck?
What?
I'm not married.
Wait a
so.
minute. You better watch your mouth. I'll come over there and knock a patch of hair at your head. Better leave me alone. What I'm saying is, the woman is the woman, and she ain't got nothing to do with them damn cars. Did she tell him to go buy the cars? No, she didn't. Did she drive the damn cars?
Yeah,
I would.
she did.
Shit. From your
scroll through Alicia's
listen
Instagram
to me. Listening to your situation, I wouldn't let her drive shit. She probably couldn't even get in the passenger seat. What do you mean, lady?
You're fucking
I'm 79,000 years old. You better stop it right now. In the name.
Alicia Keys, you're wrong for not wanting to be. Alicia Keys is very wrong for not wanting any parts to do with this lawsuit. Now, I just want to say to Alicia Keys, karma is a motherfucker.
Well, you see, you stuck on that stuff on how he got, how she got him.
God don't like ugly.
And Koya saying she not honoring her vows. In the vows, I don't remember it saying anything about you having to be part of a lawsuit.
For better, for richer, or for poor. That's what it says.
Hey, they still rich, and they're not gonna be poor. They just gonna be, not as rich as they was.
My point exactly.
But they still there. She ain't filed for no divorce because he got lawsuited.
Swish. Keep your eyes.
Excuse me, ma'am.
On this heifer here.
Thank you for accepting my phone call. I love the show. I gotta go take my arthritis medicine. And I'm out.
You're a fucking idiot.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller, for calling in. We appreciate that. Yeah, so I got Beulah on my side. I don't think you got no ammo. She said it.
I got ammo for Beulah. Beulah, I'll take your teeth, and then you can't talk.
Hey, she gonna run over you in her a white '79 Cadillac.
We'll go ahead and wrap this up before it becomes about me anymore.
Before Beulah calls back.
That Cadillac was over 5 years ago.
Well, I didn't do it. Don't be mad. Why you? It's scratched out already.
Oh, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into a commercial, and we'll be right back.
You already know. You listening to The Block with your boy Blacc on VillaCoolerRadio.com.
Hey everyone, I've got a fashion insider for all my ladies who know the importance of accessorizing their attire. And even for my fellas out there balling on a budget but still want their woman looking lovely. Let's be real, even the costume gotta be cute and on point, right? Well, Paparazzi Accessories got you covered. With an assortment of durable, nickel and lead-free, aesthetically appealing to the eye, rings, necklaces, bracelets, and more. So go show Miss Lisa Turner some love and support. Check her out on Facebook at LTurner88, on Instagram at Lisa Turner, or hit up her website at paparazziaccessories.com.
What up, riders? This is your main man's Cal Be Easy.
And your boy, Big Marcus.
Man, we are hosts of the hottest, dopest sports show in the world. The Real Game, the game inside of the game.
Man, you can check us out live every Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. on VillaCoolerRadio.com.
And you can also download our podcast 24/8 on VillaCoolerRadio.com and Google Play.
Man, we out this bitch.
Man, it's love some
Hey, what's good, Joe? It's your man, Cam King. Hey, be sure you tune in and vibe out to the sexiest hour on internet radio. That's the Fabric Extent, which airs every day from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, around baby making hour from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hey, and then you know what? Right after that, you can turn up with your man, since I host the hippest playlist on the planet. That's the Hip Hop Timeline, every day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All exclusively on the VillaCoolerRadio.com. For fans of music, let's go.
Yo.com. Tell your friends.
Shout out to all the listeners. Shout out to everybody who's coming. Shout out to Auntie Beulah for calling in, putting Stefani Love in her place.
I'm coming for you, Beulah.
We appreciate it. I'm sure Beulah will call in again.
It's okay, because I fight old women.
Well, whatever. So now we're going to talk about the father who called the police on his baby mama.
His petty ass.
And she got arrested in front of her girls. Police came in and arrested her because she had a warrant for obstructing child visitation rights. How do you feel about this, Stephanie? Because I feel like you got a lot on your chest. You called him petty.
I think.
You said he petty?
Yeah, he's petty.
Why?
He's petty because it happened in front of his kids. There could have been another way that this could have been done.
Okay.
Like, you want to leave your kids and scar their mind. I'm going to tell you, from a kid's perspective, to see your parent being arrested in front of you, it is very, very, very heartbreaking. It does. So the kid doesn't know who's right and who's wrong, because at the end of the day, you're their parents. I think that there could have been a proper way to do that, but you did this on Christmas Day. You interrupted your children's Christmas, and so now they have to remember their mother being arrested. And from what I hear, from what the mother said on the video, is that they had just got in from out of town, that he didn't even give her time to work it out to where he could get the kids for Christmas. And that's a major holiday that all parents want to spend with their children. I think that there could have been another way. Shoot me if I'm wrong, but just my opinion. I'm thinking for the girls that in the way that they were just so distraught in this video, that hurted those girls to the core, to see that their mother was being arrested in front of them. Their mother even had to whisper into their ear her PIN number to her debit card so that they could go and draw the money out to bail her out of jail. That's just...
Okay, one, they had a warrant. It's not like he was at the house and he called 911 and the police came and was like, oh, okay, you obstructing, so you got to go. It wasn't that. He had called. Two, I don't care if the girls just came in from out of town or not. You need to communicate that with their father, especially if he has the right to see them at that time period. You need to communicate that, like, hey, listen, we're going to be out of town. We're coming back. They're coming back this day. Or they're coming back this day. Have an open line of communication. Whether you want to deal with the baby daddy or not, you dealt with them at one time. You dealt with them enough for him to become your baby daddy. Learn how to be cordial and continue to deal with him as far as it goes with your kids. You don't have to do anything for him or anything, but if he wants to see his kids, let him see his kids, especially when he has the right to. Thirdly, I don't even know what number I'm on. Next point is that I feel like he's just doing to women what they do. Well, he just did to this woman what women do to men all the time on some BS.
Some women.
Like what women do to this man, what men all the time. Like, it's women out there who wish their baby father would want to be in their child's life, or wish they even knew who their baby fathers are, and you're sitting up here like, no, you can't see your child. Yeah, it's a major holiday. It's Christmas, but them girls look to be about 7 to 8 years old, maybe even older. So how many Christmases have you spent with your girls? How many Christmases has he spent? He just wanted one at that time. And legally, because the court set what the visitation rules were, he could have had his girls. I don't see any problem with it. Kudos to you. She knew she was wrong. You can tell she knew she was wrong in the video. She already knew what was up. That's why she kept saying, I need to put on clothes. She had on clothes, but she put on clothes to go to jail in because she knew she had fucked up.
Gotcha, bitch. Well, she didn't have no choice not to go to jail because they had a warrant out for her arrest. Now, if she knew she fucked up or not, no. What? I don't think she knew she didn't fuck up. She ain't fuck up.
So if the police come to your door right now and you are in some type of clothes and they say, I'm at the door, do you open the door? Like, I would open the door. If I'm in my Jordan shorts or something like that, Jordan shorts with no shirt on, I open the door because I know I didn't do nothing wrong. But if I felt like I did something wrong, I'm about to go change it to something that is jail appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
she went,
because they told her, I have a warrant out for your arrest. So when you tell me you have a warrant out for my arrest, however I feel, at that point, I'm not going to be able to state my claim. You be like, oh, okay, well, then don't worry about it, ma'am. We're not going to arrest you today. No, they had a warrant for her arrest. Whether she felt she was right or wrong, she was going to go to jail. So all she wanted to do was put on proper clothes
to go to jail.
To be transported.
Like I said, she knew she had fucked up. She knew she fucked up.
Nah, we'll see if she
kids,
fucked up. We'll see what the details is.
And I felt like the kids was being very dramatic. I guess it's a traumatic experience. I don't fucking know. I ain't never seen my parents go to jail.
So they were just being dramatic.
I mean, they were screaming and shit. Like, it's not like your mom about to be carried to die or something. It's just she going to jail.
But at the end of the day, you can't say Black. Yes, she's not going to die, but that was those girls' mother. And like I said, and you may not be able to sympathize with this because you might not have ever been put in that situation, but the most hurtful, whether your mother was right or wrong, the most hurtful thing is to see your parents being arrested.
She should have did what was right and let that man see his children. That's the one thing that I am not gonna change on. And I'm very adamant about. Like, if you gonna have me on, I don't know if he on child support or anything like that, but I have visitation rights. Now, whether I waive my rights or not, that's for me. If I say, no, it's okay, you can keep for Christmas, I know how important this day is to you and y'all tradition. Like, that's for me to decide. That's not for you to decide, especially if it's my turn to have my kids. I might want to take them to my side of the family and have Christmas with them this year because I knew, hey, this was my year to have my kids. You can't take that away from me. And yes, if you do that shit, I'm calling the police on you, and I hope they pick your ass up. I don't care when they do it, how they do it. Hope they pick your ass up and take you to jail because you don't want to let me see my kids, and I want to see my kids. And I have the right to do that. I'm using the system to my advantage. Or how it's supposed to be used.
Well, then, when you say using the system to your advantage, I think I'm not disagreeing with the fact that he has the right to see his kids. And if she did do something wrong where she was, yes, she was wrong for that. I'm only sympathizing for the children, and I just hate that had to happen in front of them. Because what they're going to remember is my dad had my mother arrested.
Well, that's when you have to explain some shit.
They're going to feel I mean, it can even be explained to them, hey, your mom wouldn't let me see you, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that's their mother. And I just hate that those little girls had to be put in that situation.
I feel you. But what if they wanted to go see their father as well? Like, do you think that's going to put a strain on the relationship? From the
reaction of the little girls and the way that they were reacting, it was more detrimental to them that their mother was being arrested. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
So, do you still stand by him being petty? You think that was a petty move?
Yeah.
You just doing that because you Stefani Love. I feel like you don't really feel like it's petty. I feel like you don't feel like it's petty. You feel like that was some shit that
you're gonna tell me how I feel.
I didn't tell you how you felt.
I don't think you think that this is really petty.
Okay, I told you how I thought. Don't try to change my words on me.
I think he was petty.
Oh, okay.
I think he was petty, and hey, parents, we gotta learn how to co-parent. That is actually the best thing that we can do is co-parent. I used to be in a situation to where I didn't really have a co-parenting relationship with my daughter's father, but over the years, as we grew, it has gotten a whole lot better. I can say that. Thank God we have never put each other in the situation to where, despite how we felt about each other, we never put each other in a situation to where we had to go and fight for our kids. Me and even with a child support agreement from the courts, we still do what we want to do. Hey, you had her on Thanksgiving, I have her on Christmas.
Right. I mean,
but we don't know what the details are, and I'm sure that the father is not perfect.
Well, nobody's perfect, so I'm sure he's not either. But it is crazy because I came from one of the greatest co-parenting situations I could have ever been in. I'm thankful for that because my mom and dad, they communicated like. They communicated very well. If he wanted me, it was like he could get me whenever he wanted me, no matter what the situation was. Even if I was supposed to see him every 2 weeks, if I had something to do with my mom, he wasn't tripping on, you know what I'm saying, me not coming over there that week. But whenever he wanted me, he could get me. Whenever she needed me to do something with her, we would do that. You know what I'm saying? Whenever it came down to money, even though he was paying child support, we split it. You know what I'm saying? My mom and daddy split it 50-50. So it was a great opportunity and situation for me. She got what she deserved. I got to go.
We're going to wrap this up,
We'll
guys.
go into your social media trolling.
Yeah, I got a good social media trolling. Shout out to Diane Brown. Thank you, lady. Appreciate all you guys' support and your comments. But I have a good social media trolling for you.
Man, you ain't nothing but a social media stalker.
Are you surfing or are you trolling? All right, guys. So here I am, Stefani Love, and this week's social media trolling will involve a little bit of Dallas history. We are getting ready to come up on Black history, so I wanted to share with you guys. I never knew this, but when I saw it on social media this week, I was like, I gotta tell you guys about this. So some of you may know, some of you may not, but here's a little Dallas history. The famous downtown Dallas, Texas landmark that is now known as the Lorenzo Hotel. It's right there off of 30, I believe that's 30, in Akron. They have redone, it used to be called the Ramada Inn, and now it is known as the Lorenzo Hotel. It's very, very nice. But this landmark, it's where Tina Turner ran to from shelter. She ran to for shelter. When her and Ike were into a fight at the Hilton Hotel, she ran from the Hilton Hotel to the Ramada Inn. And this is where also in the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It? This is that part in that movie. This actually happened downtown Dallas at what is now called the Lorenzo Hotel. At this time, it was called the Ramada Inn. And this was a time where Tina Turner, when she left the late Ike Turner, her career took a turn in real life. So her career and her life, it just took a turn. And this is a Dallas landmark. So when you guys pass by the Lorenzo Hotel, now you can remember that Stefani Love told you about the Dallas history, that this is where Tina Turner, What's Love Got to Do with It, ran from Ike Turner. So I wanted to let you guys know that. Now that we're talking about a Black woman, Tina Turner, I also had another part of my social media trolling, and I've been kind of feeling some type of way about a lot of discussions that have gone on social media about why Black men don't marry or don't like or don't date Black women, which to me is a very racist, it's racist to me.
Eat the cake.
It's a form of racism. But ladies, who cares what they think? Because guess what? Let me tell you what Forbes has came out with. Forbes has let us know that, let me pull it up. Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Shout out to you Black women who are entrepreneurs. Who cares if a Black man doesn't like us? Because Forbes is telling us that we are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Eat the cake, anime. Now you eat the cake, Black. Shit.
I don't even like cake.
Okay.
Okay, I'm lying. I don't like that. I like cake, though.
So that was your social media trolling.
Man, you ain't nothing but a social media stalker.
Are you surfing or are you trolling?
Stefani Love. Bro, are you looking at the comments?
No. Yeah, I am.
Best legs of the 70s. Tina Turner legs, though.
Joey is on one.
Man, Brooklyn be tripping. And then she ran like hell. Right. Hell yes, she did.
Sure did. That might be why. Never mind.
Okay, so we're going to go.
Black women love to fight.
We're going to go to our next video, Fire, by Absolute Nate and Crazy Act. Let's go. You already know. You listening to The Block with your boy Black on VillaCoolaRadio.com.
It feels like fire, like fire. It's burning up just like fire. I got that fire, baby. Let it burn. I got that fire beat from K.I. Dallas, Texas representing what you suckers gotta say about it. I stay united with the A1G. Fort Worth, stand up, haters stay and you'll see. We stay away from police, you already know the story. Eyes open, mouth closed, make moves while y'all snoring. Y'all bore me with that mumble rap. Little kids probably thinking, man, what's wrong with that? Yo, I never trust a man who mumbles. He ain't a man of his word, and ain't no telling what his tongue do. He probably high off heroin or pills, drooling on himself until the truth gets spilled. Are you a snitch or a bitch that sucks dicks, that spits, confess? I can't get with that shit. You fucking with some fire spitters. I have your head cut up 7 with the rhythm that delivers. That's fire. The truth is on your fire. We don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn. Like fire, like fire. It's burning up just like fire. Got that fire, baby. Let it burn. Let it burn.
1 flame, 2 flame, 3 flames, 4. Make way, fire marshal coming through the door. If you didn't come to party, what you come for? Got them bottles of Ciroc headed to the floor. I know you see me, Don't shade my way, my nah. Attitude at the door, can I have fun? I hate to burn a beat up like I'm Sion. Hair done fit fly, that's no lie. Shoes match on my catch, winkle right eye. Got an A on my chest, super sci-fi. Kill 'em dead, what I said, rock a bye-bye. Crazy acting, they don't know how to act. Grip the mic and jumped on chaotic track. Feeling myself, I crept up from the back. Set it ablaze, turn the stage into a cul-de-sac.
The roof is on your fire. We don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn. Like fire, like fire. It's burning up just like fire. Got that fire, baby.
Nate,
let it burn.
Legit. Call me Junior, got the fire like 400 degrees. They hate me so much right now like Khalees. Please, I ignore the he and she say. Cause I don't have beef like Chick-fil-A. And you can say that drama for love and hip-hop. I be chillin' so hard, I don't put on flip-flops. Kick rocks, say the thoughts, it's a lot on my mind. Why you sweating me like the kid is mine? It ain't no compromise, prime time Dion. They ain't come to see you, Otis. I feel like Leon. Tempting peons to step up their game. No role model, but could show you some things. Niggas is commode, I mean full of shit. Niggas is by sorta, call them trash man. Then call a fireman, cause what I got hot. About to burn some shit down, I feel like left out.
The roof is on your fire. We don't need no water. Let that motherfucker burn. Like fire, like fire. It's burning up just like fire. Got that fire, baby. Let it burn, let it burn.
Chaotic
Radio.com. Tell your friends.
Shout out to them again. Shout out. That was Fire by Crazy Act, Absolute, and Nate. And it was fire.
Listen. The streets are talking.
All right, I know. It's been a few weeks since y'all done heard the streets talking. We done took off a little bit. We had some things going on with our interviews and stuff. But now, they talking, man. They talking. So what's in the Block's mailbox? Got an email. It says, my boyfriend's ex committed suicide 7 years ago, and he still sleeps with her blanket. Do I have the right to be mad? Do you have to ask me that question? Why? Wait, what? Why is there a damn? Why? What? Help me, Stephanie. Help me.
What you need my help on?
I need to know where this blanket would fit into your life.
Yeah, like, are you also covering up with the blanket? Like,
what if they fucked on the blanket? Nut stain. Do you wash the blanket?
He probably takes really good care of the blanket. That's probably one of the.
He probably takes better care of the blanket than he does her fucking around. But no, yes. To me, yes, you absolutely have the right to be mad. Sad situation, fucked up that she committed suicide. But as insensitive as it may sound, she's dead and gone. Let her go. Let the blanket go. I'm surprised the chick ain't burned the blanket up because Stephanie said she would have been burnt the bitch. If I feel like if you missed her that much, then you should you should put it in storage. I don't fucking know. Like, I would not be okay if I was with a chick and she was like, "Oh, this is my ex-boyfriend's blanket. He committed suicide 7 years ago." I'm gonna tell her, "Well, you should have threw that bitch in the casket with him, or go lay down beside him in the gravesite with that blanket, because I can't fuck with you. You can't have this blanket. This blanket cannot be in my bed." But what?
What if she committed suicide because of him?
So?
Oh, wow.
What?
But she's dead. Like, what kind of threat does she pose to you? A blanket? Like, you're really threatened by a blanket? Like,
it's not about being threatened by a blanket. It's like, let it go. Let it go. You see Frozen? Shit, she gotta let that shit go, man. I mean, he gotta let that shit go. I understand the sentimental value of it, but like, if you're in another relationship, I feel like that shit should be gone.
So is it more of him sleeping with the blanket, or just the presence of the blanket is my question.
Or both? Like what?
If the blanket, like if he had it nicely folded up, top shelf of the closet or in a box, he just wanted to keep it for keepsake. Hey, I'd be fine with that. Now sleeping with it in the bed, I'm just too afraid of spirits. I mean, not afraid of spirits, but I believe in spirits, and I don't want her coming back and being mad that we sleeping on this blanket.
But it's like, all right, so is he cuddling up with the blanket, or is he cuddling up with her?
How is he sleeping?
How does that?
Is he cuddled in a fetal position when he's covered up with it?
Does she sleep under the blanket?
Yeah,
does the blanket?
What if he's not even sharing it? Like telling her you
I'm
can't sleep.
about to say, what if
Now,
he's on some shit like, you can't touch this blanket? This was Angela's blanket. Damn, that was a horrible name to pick out. I'm sorry. But yeah, like, this is such and such's blanket, and it means something to me. I feel the same way. If he wasn't ready to let go of the blanket, he wasn't ready to move on, nigga gots to go. The blanket gotta go.
But even if he's still holding on to it, he can't have a relationship with her because she's dead.
So he's not mentally prepared for a relationship.
Well, then maybe she should not blame herself, but maybe it's not even the fact of giving him an ultimatum, whether it has, like, I'm sure he brought the blanket along before y'all started living together, and so that should have been something how many times have you slept with the blanket?
I cannot deal with Brooklyn today.
Like, if you slept with the blanket over 5 times, then you gotta just let the blanket stay. Like, if you didn't nip that in the bud when he got into that bed the first time with that blanket, and you knew it was from the girl that committed suicide, then that's your fault that he's still sleeping with it.
What if it's a suicide blanket?
What if she used it? You know what? This is wrong on so many levels.
Hey, Brooklyn said 2 things I want to point out. It would be he's from New York, y'all, so he said it would be bugged out if he talks to it. Now that shit is funny. Like, what if he does talk to it? Like, everything's gonna be okay. I'll see you soon. I'll see you one day. 1, 2. He also said it's pretty much a reminder that girl is the rebound. Oh. Ooh. Only reason I'm with you is because she died.
Oh.
And I'm gonna keep her blanket. And I'm gonna remember that. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I wouldn't keep a blanket.
Well, then just take care of yourself. When he's gone, he comes home, the blanket's not there anymore. He asked where the blanket went. Oh, I don't know.
Ooh, what if he flips out? What if it wasn't a suicide? Plot twist. What if it wasn't a suicide? He made it look like a suicide, and he felt bad about it, so he kept the blanket. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, what? Why? This fucking blanket is tripping me out because, like, why are you sitting there with it? What does it do for you? All right, I got a better question. Is the blanket comfortable? Is it one of them really, really snuggy blankets where it's like you put that bitch on, you instantly warm because it's so fluffy? Can you double it as a pillow? Is it a multiple use blanket? Like, what's so significant about this blanket?
So what should she do? Should she be? So you're saying she has the right to be mad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless they talked about it.
Right.
And she understood it in the first place, and then decided differently after 7 years. But yeah, no, that blanket should go. Or I wouldn't say go. It should go out of the bed. You should not sleep with it. You should put it in the closet, put it in storage, put it in the garage, put it under the bed. So like when you feel like you need to talk to it, like Brooklyn said, like you can pull it out and tell the blanket how you miss her and shit like that. Put the bitch back. I mean, because I don't fucking know why you need to keep the blanket.
That in his own private hour.
Well, he might. Okay. I don't know. I really don't know what to do with this blanket. Maybe you'll. I don't know. I'm wrapping it up. What's next?
Right.
That was the streets of talking. That's.
All right, so guys, streets are talking. We're on relationships. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right, guys, so we're back. That was your streets are talking. That was a good one. But right now we're going to go ahead and jump into liking pictures on social media when you're in a relationship, and what are the parameters. I was listening to Juju, who was one of my featured Hustlers of the Week a couple of weeks ago, and of course y'all know that her 10-year relationship had finally came to an end with Cameron the rapper, and one of the reasons that they broke up had a lot to do with social media. Juju had a problem with Cameron liking certain type of pictures, like butt naked pictures, women bent over, showing ass, spreading ass. She had a problem with her man liking that. And so she told him not to do it. But the twist to it is Cameron also told Juju first that she couldn't like dude's pictures, so she respected him. But when it was her turn to give Cameron the ultimatum that, you know, you either stop liking those type of pictures or, you know, you're going to have an issue with me, he had a problem with that. And so that was one of the reasons why they decided to end the 10-year relationship. And so as we got into this discussion and production meeting, we learned that, yes, there should really be parameters on the type of pictures that you hit like on. And I definitely agree that you should be mindful of your partner when you're liking, because the last thing that I want to do is pull up or come across a picture and the first person I see that likes this bitch bending over and spreading her ass is my dude's name. We got 1 minute, so make it quick.
We got 1 minute? Okay, well, yes, there are parameters on what pictures you should like. If you're in a relationship, and you know you're in a relationship, if you're in a situationship, if you're married, whatever. Certain pictures, I don't need my chick liking some dude that we know or we went to school with or some shit. He got his shirt off and abs showing and shit. I don't need to see the like under. Now, if it's like Shamar Moore or Morris Chestnut or some shit like that, I ain't really gonna trip because she ain't never really gonna meet him. Like, and I'm not even trying to be like the jealous type, but like, you know, it's like you gotta understand and respect those boundaries of what pictures to like and not like. Because I'm not, and mostly on Instagram, because on Instagram the like is a heart. and it looks a totally different way than just a thumbs up. Like, okay, you're doing a good job versus I heart that. Like, motherfucker throwing up the. That's not cool. That'll start some arguments. And oh, so you like this bitch? Well, why don't you go be with that bitch and shit like that? I ain't got time for that. That was my 1 minute.
Yeah. I agree. I think that you need to set parameters, find out what your partner is comfortable with. If he doesn't like it or she doesn't like it, then hey, that's your partner at the end of the day. That's just social media. So if that's a problem with it, why not? Why is it a problem for you just to look? We're not telling you you can't look, but just don't like it.
Like it, but don't press the like button.
Yeah. Like it in your mind. Make a mental note that you like it.
This show went by quick.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so right now, guys, we're going to get ready to go into Hustler of the Week. Some days I'm humble.
Some days I struggle.
Every day I hustle.
The BLOC'S Hustler of the Week.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
All right, guys, this week's Hustler of the Week is none other than Kendrick Robinson. He is known as the Subconscious Advisor. I like to give a little bit of his testimony and why he is known to be the Subconscious Advisor. Kendrick Robinson turned his life around. He was arrested a total of 22 times. He visited 7 prisons, 5 jails, and 3 rehabs, and he had 2 attempts on his life. Kendrick Robinson is a part of the Be a Leader movement and Infinite Solutions, which is a group of men that impact our youth's lives positively every day and more by doing special events for young children out there and getting them to live the positive life and not make mistakes like he did. He has an upcoming event that I really want to let people know about. It's called the Royal Court. This event will provide the tools and techniques for our future leaders. If you have a child in high school, this program was designed for them to be able to survive in the real world. Kendrick has also created a scholarship program for those graduating as well. If you are interested in this event, please be sure to hit Kendrick up for further details. His information is posted up, his Facebook, his Instagram, the Be the Leader Instagram, Be the Leader Facebook, and also his email. And then visit our page if you missed the live stream, but visit our page to get more information. If you have any young children out there who are in high school, this is a very good event to go to. It's 3 men total that are leading this Be the Leader movement. It's a very good movement. We need more movements like this, so go check him out. I will post his information a little later so you guys can have the links to click on to each one of his social media sites. And this week's Hustler of the Week was none other than Kendrick Robinson. Some days I'm humble.
Some days I struggle.
Every day I hustle.
The BLOC'S Hustler of the Week.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
All right. So in closing, if you're pregnant, don't be around guns because you might shoot a 7-year-old. If you're rich, don't sell drugs because you might get killed over them. Homies and homegirls, respect your partner so he ain't got to say shit to you or she ain't got to say shit to you. Mike Tyson, you do your thing. Sell the most weed that you can sell. Alicia Keys, Auntie Beulah said you cool for doing what you was doing. The dude who called the police on baby mama, more power to you. And make sure you watch what pics you like or heart or do the wow emoji on, because your significant other is watching. And if your significant other has or ex-significant other has committed suicide, put the blanket up in a safe place. Don't snuggle with it and tell your new girl that she can't sleep under the blanket or make her sleep under the blanket because it could cause an issue.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say?
I again want to thank, we had very good comments, guys. Shout out to Trees who stayed with us the whole show. Shout out to Joey also known as Brooklyn. You kept us rolling on the show. Thank you for your comments. Thank you, Mel J. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you to everyone that tuned in, that chimed into this live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the shares. Remember, you can visit us live every Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on VillaCoolaRadio.com. Also on YouTube, Villa Koola Media, and also on Facebook, The Block Radio. Guys, we got some good interviews coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got a couple of artists coming in. We got a comedian getting ready to come in.
We got a comedian coming in?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
got a
gonna
good
be
comedian
fun.
who performs at the Improv. So we got some good stuff coming in. We will be in our studio in the next couple of months. So you only got a couple more weeks before you see us in this environment, and then we'll be official in a studio. I want to thank everyone who has stayed with us. We already are on our 18th show. For our 20th show, we're turning up. So if you're interested in being a part of our celebration for the 20th show, please let me know. Hit us up. You don't have to have a business. You don't have to be an artist. If you have something that you want to talk about, guys, you can come chill with us on the block. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just show up. That's all you gotta do.
And make sure to let them know. Well, I'll let them know. Yeah. I got a mic too, duh. Hey, y'all can download our app. We on what's the iPhone shit called? iTunes. Okay, so iTunes, I'm Android, and Google Play. Download the app. If you can't watch us, you can listen to us. You can turn that thing on and drive down the road without having to try to see how our faces look, see our expressions, and you can just listen to us, enjoy the great shows that we have, that Joy Brooklyn Broski said that we had today. Yes. And every other time. And Stephanie.
And guys, if you love Blizzity Black, he will be on The Real Game today from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So go and check them out. They have a real good sports show. They also feature very sexy ladies as the Breezies. I believe that y'all are doing that this week too. So go and check them out. Support them 2 to 4 p.m. today, Saturday. Our boy Blizzity Black is a special host, a guest host on there.
Look at this. Look at this comment. I like this comment.
We make your late morning. That's the goal. That's all we wanted to do. So thank y'all guys for tuning in to The Block. We'll see y'all next week for episode 19. Remember to continue to share this video. Tell your friends, tell your family about The Block. Go to our page and give us some reviews. Give us 5 stars, guys. We love y'all. We're out. Thank you. Class is now dismissed.
Yay. You've been listening to The Block. If you miss any part of the show, you can catch us every weekday, or you can download the podcast on VillaCoolaRadio.com. School is over, and we out.